Hi, welcome. My name is Maria Forrest, owner of Forrest Pilates Studio in Miami, and today we're going to do some exercises on the Cadillac. And we're going to start by laying on our back, and we're going to start with some leg series with the springs. So we're going to go ahead and put the springs on our feet just to warm up. So let's go ahead and you can push yourself away from the bars, and before you start, imprint your tailbone, your shoulders, and just breathe into the mat. I want you to feel the back of the ribs and the back of the body as it breathes into the mat. So feel the breath going towards the back of the body and pressing against the mat. So make sure your tailbone's down, you're reaching through the fingertips, also lengthening through the spine. As you exhale, you're going to go ahead and bring the legs down and inhale as you come up. So you can go ahead and do it with the hands alongside, or you can hold on to the bar here if you're starting out, if you're beginning. So just make sure that your pelvis stays in neutral, that it doesn't swivel around. So you're inhaling as the legs come down, exhaling as the legs come, inhale as the legs come up, and exhale as the legs come down. Last two. So you're reaching out through the legs, squeezing the inner thighs together, and creating more length and depth by activating the legs, and bringing the knees to your chest and rest. And now we're going to bring the legs back up to 90. Again, before you even start, imprint, press everything into the mat, breathe towards the back of the body, and I want you to activate the legs, reach through the toes like you're trying to reach the ceiling, and then we're going to do scissors. So straighten those legs and engage your abs. Last 3, 6, 7, and one more. And bring the knees to the chest, catch your breath. And we're going to bring the legs back out to 45 degrees. Again, make sure your tailbone's pressed against the mat. You're engaging your abdominals, reaching through the fingertips, and also press the back of the ribs into the mat. So the ribs aren't popping out like so. Pull them in. So reach through the fingertips, reach out through the crown. And now we're going to go ahead and do tiny little circles. So the smaller the circles, the more core you're going to work. The bigger the circle, the more legs you're going to work. So let's start with connecting a little deeper with the abs, and then the other direction. So if you want to go a little lower and connect a little deeper, just remember to lengthen and activate those legs, reaching out through the toes. And now we're going to do bigger circles, big capital Ds. And inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, taking deep breaths, making the movement flow with the breath, or making the breath flow with the movement. Whatever is easier for you. Just be conscious of the breath. Make sure it's nice and deep. And other direction. So the range of motion is determined by the stability of your hips. So if you go too low and you arch your back, you've gone too low. If you go too high and your tailbone lifts, you try to stay within that range so that the tailbones and the stays nice and firm on the mat. And bring the knees to the chest and catch your breath. And we're going to extend the legs again. We're going to go ahead and do flipper kicks. So you're going to exhale as the legs go down and inhale as they come up. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But you're lengthening through the legs, really lengthening, activating the legs. Inhale as you come towards, the legs come towards you. Deep breath, and then exhale as they go away. So engage your glutes, engage your abs, reach through the fingertips, reach through the crown. Always length and depth in your practice. Last one. And bring the knees to the chest, catch your breath. Legs should be nice and warm now. Abs should be getting warm now. And let's go ahead and ride back. So we're going to start at tabletop and we're going to lengthen away. So if you tend to have tight hips, you can go ahead and bring the knees all the way in like so. If not, you can go ahead and go from tabletop and away to help strengthen the hips a little bit. So engage your abs, keep your tailbone down. Last 3, 2, and 1, and then the other direction. And bring the knees to the chest and catch your breath. You can go ahead and give them a hug. And rest. We can go ahead and take the straps off. We're going to go ahead and turn onto our sides. We're going to put the front strap on the top leg. So you want to go ahead and either straighten the arm or fold it underneath the head. You want to make sure that you can create that little space underneath the ribs. Okay, we call it little house for a mouse. So what this does, not only will you engage your upper abs, but you'll also engage, keep your hips in better alignment. So the top hip is appropriately positioned above the bottom hip. So relax the shoulders, tummy in. I want you to lengthen out through both legs. Before we begin, just reach out so much through the legs that they both lift off the mat. Because that is what you want to do for the entire set. You really want to lengthen and lengthen and lengthen and then activate the leg. So now that you've programmed that feeling and you know what it feels like, go ahead and drop or just release the right leg, the bottom leg. And then you're going to inhale up, exhale down. So here you're just making sure that you can keep that little space underneath the rib. You can use your hand in the front for support. Engaging the abdominals and activating the leg and reaching. Relaxing the shoulders. Good. Last 2. And rest. Catch your breath. So now you're going to go ahead and you can release that little space underneath to catch your breath. And when you're ready, you're going to pull the ribs up again off the mat, engage your abs. We're going to go forward with the heel. Make sure that bottom leg is really lengthened and pressed down into the mat. Activate that bottom leg. Don't let it just sit there. You really want to work the abs closer to the mat, as well as the ones that are with the moving legs. So you're going to go forward with the heel and then back with the toe, without arching the back and without curling under, right? So the range of motion of the leg is really determined by the stability of your hips. So it's not how big the range of motion is, it's how far you can go without moving and compromising your neutral hip. So it's heel forward and toe back. Heel forward and point as you go back. Flex, last 2. Bottom leg lengthen and press down. And rest, catch your breath. And now we're going to exaggerate with the bicycle. So you're going to really do a big circle, but the key is really to stabilize those hips as much as you can. So if you can't stabilize those hips with a really big circle with the bicycle, then go ahead and make your circle smaller, okay? So you remember to stabilize the hips, keep them neutral. So engage your abs, do your little house for a mouse. You're going to pull and you're going to lengthen really big. Even go back as far as you can. Inhale as you pull, exhale as you push. So you're lengthening through both legs, relaxing the shoulders. Keeping those hips nice and neutral without arching the back, without curling under when the leg goes forward. Good. Last 2. And rest, catch your breath. And last series, we're going to go take a deep breath, exhale. We're going to lift both legs up, trying to keep your little house for a mouse here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. And bring the leg in. You're going to go ahead and take the strap off, and you're going to turn onto the other side. Go ahead and put the strap on the top leg. And remember, you can have your arm straight ahead, or you can fold the arm, whatever feels comfortable. But you want to make sure that you have that little space underneath the rib before you begin. And you want you to engage your abs, lengthen through both legs as much as you can so they lift off the mat so you can feel that connection in your abs. Reach and activate those legs. Now go ahead and bring that bottom leg down. You're still activating both legs. You're going to inhale up, exhale down. Relaxing the shoulders and lengthening through the legs and really engaging your abdominals. And now we're going to go forward with the heel and back with the toe. So in between reps, you can go ahead and rest if you want. If you want to do a little bit more cardio and get the heart rate going, you can just keep going in between. But really, it's all about form, quality, not quantity. So just make sure that you give yourself time to focus on your form. So flex, reaching, really lengthening out through that heel, and then pulling the leg back, really reaching out through the toe. Last 3, 2, and last 1. And rest, catch your breath. And now we're going to do an exaggerated bicycle. So you're going to really pull and push without moving the hips, without swiveling the hips, making sure the hips stay nice and stable. So it's inhale as you pull, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale as you push. Last one, and then the other direction. Last one. And bring the legs together again. Activate both legs. Catch your breath. When you're ready, you're going to do what we did at the beginning, which was really lengthen up the legs, activate them so much and reach so much out through them that they lift off the mat, engaging your abs, creating that little house for a mouse. You still have that space underneath the rib. And you're going to go ahead and exhale up, inhale down. Make sure that house for a mouse stays lifted, doesn't go up and down. And rest. We're going to go ahead and take the strap off. We're going to lay on our backs. You're going to make sure that you have your bar and your trapeze. You're going to go ahead and put your feet in there. And you're going to grab your bar shoulder width. And before you begin, let's make sure your tailbone's on the mat. You're lengthening through the spine, lengthening through the arms, sliding those shoulder blades down the back. You're going to go ahead and take a deep breath in and let it go. And let's take another deep breath in. And as you exhale on this one, I want you to lift the hips up so you're coming up in neutral as you bring the hands towards the hips. Inhale as you come back down. Deep breath. So you're going to use more glutes on this one. It's like bridging, but you're not articulating on this one. You're going to go ahead and exhale up using more glutes, reaching out through the fingertips. Inhale down. Deep breath. Exhale up. Creating more length, more depth as you lengthen out through the legs, as you engage the arms, engage the legs, engage your abdominals. Last 3. And last one, you're going to hold it up and pulse the arms. Reach out through the fingertips. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Catch your breath. Let's go ahead and take your feet out. And we're going to push the trapeze aside because we're going to use it at the end to cool down. So just leave it up. We're going to go ahead and lie on our sides with our feet against the poles. We're just going to do small sets of these so you have a variety in your practice, and then you can decide if you want to add more. We're just going to do 5 of each. So I want you to reach out through the arm, relax the shoulders, and also create that little house for a mouse, that little space underneath the rib. And let your head rest on your arm. You're going to take a deep breath. Ready, exhale. You're going to come up. Inhale down. Relax that shoulder with the arm that's on the bar. So if you come, you can actually come right back down and rest. If you keep floating above the mat, it's going to be a little bit more advanced. It's up to you. It's all about form. Ready? So deep breath, exhale. You're going to turn. And rest, catch your breath. Here, just do a little bit of shoulder shrugs just to release that shoulder in case you used a little bit of it. So just do at least 3. And we're going to turn it around. So the bottom leg goes in the front bar, top leg goes in the back bar. Relax the shoulders. Create that little space underneath the rib. Relax and reach out through that bottom arm and rest the head. Engage your abs, deep breath, and then exhale. So remember, you can rest in between if you want, or you can just hover over the mat. It's a little bit more advanced. Go nice and slow and controlled. Deep breath in and exhale. Really lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And exhale as you turn. And rest, catch your breath. I'm going to go ahead and leave the bar. We're going to turn around. And we're going to move the trapeze out of the way. We're going to go ahead and do a little bit more. Now that our abs are nice and warm, we're going to take advantage and we're going to put on the top spring. Now we're going to go ahead and lay on our backs. And if you tend to have shoulder, tightness in the shoulders, this is a good one to do just to loosen up, and it's a good one to do especially before you start this series, because everybody tends to bring the shoulders up to the ears when they lengthen the arms above the head. So I like to do this just a few, just to let my body and my mind program what it feels like to keep those shoulder blades slid down the back. So let's just bring shoulders towards the mat and up towards the ceiling. So if you lock the elbows, it'll help push, the bones will help push the scaps together. Last 2. So basically you're squeezing the scaps and then separating them, reaching out towards the ceiling, squeezing the scaps. And now you're going to bring the bar over your face and over your head and lengthen through the arms. Bring the shoulders up to the ears and then away from the ears. So just feel those shoulder blades sliding down the back. On the exhale, each time trying to go a little bit deeper, sliding down the back. Inhale up, exhale. Again, lock the elbows to help slide those shoulder blades down. Keep the tailbone down, make sure the ribs aren't popping out. And you're going to pull the bar back above the shoulders, so always make sure that the hands are above the shoulders when you start the series. So you're going to go ahead and start with the feet on the mat hip width. If you're not sure what hip width is, you're going to go ahead and you're going to put the feet together, toes and ankles touching. You're going to separate the heels and then put the toes in front of the heels. You're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to go ahead and do sit up. So as you exhale, you're going to reach out through the crown, do your cervical nod, your bow, and roll it all the way up. When you're all the way up, make sure those shoulders are still slid down the back. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Really curl the tailbone under, pull the belly button towards your spine, pull the ribs in, and roll it down. Ready? Deep breath in and lengthen through the crown. Cervical nod, bowing, and roll it up. Deep breath in, exhale. Curl the tailbone under, pull the belly button towards your spine, and roll it down. So if you're not sure what my cues are, there is a video that we have called Fundamentals. Please watch it. It'll help you once you're able to master your fundamentals. They're the little mini movements within the big movements. You'll really go a lot deeper into your practice. Just make sure your tailbone stays nice and pressed against the mat when you come up. Ready? Exhale. When you're up here, curl the tailbone under, relax the shoulders, and roll it down. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to bring the legs up to 90 degrees. So try to straighten the legs. If your hamstrings are as tight as mine, you're going to make a little effort to really lengthen out through the heels and straighten the legs as much as you can. So we're going to do tiny little circles and then lift the butt up. Slowly roll it down. And the other direction, relax the shoulders, lift the tush up, and slowly roll it down. So when you do this series, please make sure that you're looking up towards the ceiling. Don't look towards the sides, just in case your muscles along the back of your head they run down all the way down your spine. If you turn to the right or the left, the head, and if they tend to be tight, you could hurt yourself, so please look straight ahead. Last two. One more. Full set. Keep those shoulders slid down the back. And rest. Bring the knees to the chest. Give them a hug if you want. And rest. So catch your breath. All right, so we'll do a little bit more series with the abs. We're going to go ahead and bring the legs up. So I recommend that if you feel the next few exercises on your back, there's a small Pilates ball that you can put on your tailbone that'll help support. But if you've been doing Pilates for a while, you can maintain the tailbone down and really engage your abs, pull from the abs, and you can do that without the ball if you've been doing it for a while. So just take your attention inside, see what muscles are working most. So lengthen out through the legs and through the spine, through the arms, shoulder blades down, and we're going to do scissors. Bring the knees to the chest, give them a hug, catch your breath. All right, we're going to go ahead and lengthen out the legs. It's sort of like half teaser. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take a deep breath as you exhale. You're going to lift the head and do your roll up. Legs at 90. As you exhale, the legs are going to move to 45. So slide the shoulder blades down, deep breath, and then exhale. So the half teaser is just here, right? Just doing the bow and moving the leg. If you want to go straight into the teaser, you can come all the way up and then exhale all the way down. Deep breath in. Good, last three. and hold it here, lengthen, bring the knees in, catch your breath. So on that series, if you're more advanced and you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can stay up at the teaser and you can do either scissors with the legs, or you can extend the arms out to the sides. Okay? But make sure that you're able to do the teaser and hold it up, pelvic bowl, and lengthening out through the spine, and leg slide with your legs are nice and straight. So let's go ahead and do one more. We're going to just do bowing. So slide the shoulder blades down, deep breath as you exhale, keeping the tailbone down. Make sure the tailbone's pressed against the mat as you exhale. Just bow. Good. Inhale down, deep breath, and exhale up. And last two. And rest. Let's go ahead and bring the bar up. So we're going to go ahead and, we did a lot with the legs today, so we're going to go ahead and do Eve's lunge. So you're going to make sure that your feet are straight ahead, pointing straight ahead. So when you put your feet together, they're parallel to each other. And you're going to put the hands underarmed on the bar. You're going to make sure your both hips stay facing forward, shoulders relaxed. You're going to take a deep breath in, and then exhale as you bend the bottom leg, go into a little squat, and then reach and lengthen through both. So if your hips are tight, your hip might open like so. Just make sure your hip stays nice and forward, facing forward. Inhale up, deep breath, and exhale. 2. So make sure you're lengthening through both legs. So if your hamstrings tend to be tight, you really reach out through that heel, but keep the 4 corners of that bottom foot down. Last 2. So you can go as slow as you want and hold the stretch if you want on that last one. For now, we're going to switch. I want you guys to get a variety so you can get a lot of exercises to play with when you're working out. So slide the shoulder blades down, engage your abdominals, deep breath, and exhale. Good. Inhale up, 4 corners of that bottom foot. Try to lengthen both legs. Try not to open that left hip. Last 2. Nice, and rest. So I'm going to bring the bar a little bit closer. We're going to turn around. Put the right leg on there. So we're going to relax the shoulders. And what I want you to do, if your hips or your hamstrings tend to be tight, just pull it in and out. So you're doing like sort of hip hikes in and out just to loosen it up a little bit. And then just relax the shoulders, tummy in. So if you need to use the hands on the bar to lengthen forward, do so. If you feel you have enough stability, you can relax the shoulders, engage your abs. I want you to reach up and then over. Good. Inhale up and exhale over. Keeping that right hip back and down. My hamstrings are tight, so it's going to want to hike up and go forward to compensate. So pull it back and down. Good. Notice my foot wants to open up as well. It'll find any way to compensate, so try to align yourself in the best form when you do your stretches and when you do your exercises so you can see quicker results. Last 2. Inhale up, deep breath, and exhale. And we're going to turn to the side. So on this one, if you want, you can hold on to here. You can tighten this up if you'd like. It's up to you. Hand on the bar. Relax the shoulders. Make sure the bottom foot, you can actually open it up a little bit if you'd like, or you can keep it straight ahead. So deep breath, and then exhale. Good, inhale up. So I want you to go up and over, keeping those shoulder blades down the back. Good, 2 more, deep breath. And last one, only if it feels good, only if you feel you can, you're going to bring both hands onto the bar and stretch it out. Relax the shoulders and just breathe into that stretch. And you're going to bring the arm up. You're going to take the leg down, and we're going to switch the legs. So when you're here, make sure you sit up nice and tall, relax the shoulders, bring the hip in and out, the leg in and out to the hip, just to stretch it out. And you're going to make sure your hips are in alignment, tummy in, deep breath. You can use your hands here, or you can lengthen all the way up. Up, 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 up. Keep those shoulder blades down and reach. So you'll notice you have one side tighter than the other, so hang in there and lengthen. Last one. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen tummy, and make sure that left hip is back and down as you reach the leg that's on the trapeze and lengthen. Good. You're going to come up, turn to the side. And relax the shoulders. You can put the left hand, the hand that's closest to the trapeze, on the bar. Deep breath. And exhale over. So it's inhale up, deep breath, relax the shoulders, engage your abs, exhale. And last 2 or 3. And on that last one, we're going to go ahead and put both hands on the bar. Drop the head, relax the shoulders, hold it there, especially if it feels like a really big stretch. Hold it there and breathe. And then you're going to lengthen up and come back up. So thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the exercises we did. Keep watching and keep practicing.